Developments in the Jackson Bribery Scandal, a federal judge laying out the timeline for that 2026 jury trial, putting those deadlines in writing for the three public officials accused in this case. Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens, Jackson Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba, and Jackson Ward 6 Councilman Aaron Banks all face bribery and conspiracy charges after a months-long sting operation from the FBI. Well, today, U.S. District Judge Daniel Jordan officially set status conference dates and deadlines for motions to be filed, as well as the trial date itself, which we initially reported in March, still poised to begin July 13th of next year. Now, the government had already been required to turn over a wealth of cell phone data to the defendants by Monday, with transcripts of audio and video recordings due next month. All three defendants have pleaded not guilty.